we're probably much too optimistic to what's actually, and that's Shattered Glass Rodimus.
That's not what I thought it was, but okay.
He looks adorable, and I don't know why.
Shame on Hasbro for not doing that, but I will be picking up the defensive fort, the blue guy. I will be picking him up. I initially said I was out. It's growing on me. Welcome back, BVC fans. I'm Bobby the Bot.
And I'm James the Con.
And today we have our weekly news update. So let's hop right on into it.
So let's start off with some leaks. The first one doesn't have anything to do with figures, but I still think it's worth discussing. And that is, there's a rumor that there's Transformers and G.I. Joe movie in the works. Don't know what stage of production it is, but they're at least thinking about it. What do you think about this, Bobby?
So I actually liked, and that might be one of the rare ones, I actually liked the G.I. Joe movies.
I thought they were okay. They weren't horrible. They were like the Transformers movies. They were fun.
Yeah, even the Snake Eyes one. I mean, it wasn't my favorite, but I mean, it was still a decent movie, I thought. So I'm really excited about what this might be. Is it going to be based off of G1? That would be awesome. Is it going to be based off of kind of the Bayverse? The plot, I think, is going to be what really gets me excited about it.
Yes, I think there are some really cool designs from the G.I. Joe Transformers crossovers, whether that be the figures, the comics, or now the movie, that can come out. Whether or not they will come out like that His Tank Megatron and that Bumblebee that are very mediocre, we'll see. But I think there's some really cool stuff. I really do like G.I. Joe. I have a whole collection of the classified Cobra line because I'm Cobra and Decepticon through and through. So if they have any cool ones, I would gladly add that to the collection. And an in-scale, 6-inch scale Transformers would be amazing. I mean, I know they would be like $250, $300, but I'd still probably buy like a Soundwave to go with my guys.
Well, what would be really cool, since I mean we've been waiting on it forever, is a MP scaled broadside, and if they did the aircraft carrier for G.I. Joe as that would be amazing.
That would be pretty cool. So time will tell. We're probably much too optimistic to what's actually gonna come.
I know. I have to bring my excitement back down now. Okay, I just got really excited. Okay, so let me bring that back down.
So let's move into some figures that I think are actually really cool. One of them more so than the other, but let's start off with the not so cool one, and that is G2 Mirage from the Toxitron line. Now, I actually have to say I really do like this figure. I think it looks better than the third-party one you have because it is more tempered with these grays and silvers in there. So it's not too in your face. And if I see it in stores, I will be picking this up. I think it's good enough.
So first, you started off by saying it's not so good of a figure?
Compared to the next one.
Okay, I'm curious about what the next one is. But I actually saw this and knew you would be all over this, especially since I got the MMC version when we were in LA at TFCon, and you said how much you wanted it. This looks really cool. I will be picking this up as well.
Yeah. I still don't understand why this mold doesn't have a shoulder mount for the cannon.
Yes.
But I think this looks good enough. So that's all we need to say about this. Let's move on to what I'm very excited about, and that's Shattered Glass Rodimus.
That's not what I thought it was, but okay.
Well, this is the only thing that's been leaked so far. We have no confirmation of this, but here he is. Now, I have a complicated, not very complicated, I have a history with Shattered Glass Rodimus, where it is the original one from 2005, 2006 is probably my holy grail, where that's the one figure with the Fans Project armor that I would pay a lot of money for. If I had that money. So I'm still, So I've been looking for it for a reasonable price, but I can't find it for anything under $500, and that's a lot for it. So one day I'll get it, but this will be a good substitute until then. Um, so I'm all in for this. I think the alt mode looks good, and the bot mode looks even better. I really like that original Studio Series Rodimus mold. He's not my favorite character. It's not my favorite alt mode. It's a G1 figure, but that figure itself is actually a good transformer. And that's something that we're missing nowadays, it feels like. So I'm 100% in on this. I don't care what the price is. What about you, Bobby?
I'm right there with you. I'm not sure about that 2005 figure. So fans, if anyone wants to make James Day and sell that figure to him, I'm sure he'll be happy to get that. I am all in for this, and I'm really excited that they're making it. I know there's been some back and forth about a trailer or no trailer. You know, I wonder if some third party is going to, make a add-on trailer or something like that, or if they're going to come out with another figure that's the full combined trailer and front car part. But either way, I'm in on this.
Well, this is the Rodimus mold, so it didn't originally come with the trailer. I don't think they're going to be making a trailer with this. I think they're just going to wipe their hands and call it good. But it would be really cool if we got the Hot Rod in the same colors as well. I already have quite a few of these Shattered Glass / Nemesis Rodimuses, so I'm very excited to get this.
I'm right there with you. I'm excited to get it.
All right, well, let's tone it down a little bit and let's get into what's been just announced.
Uh-oh.
And the first thing are some 3-0 non-transforming figures. So here is the back of, I believe, Primal. These movie figures, when they're all in gray from the back, they look all very samey to me. So, but I think with the curves, this is Primal. So they have Bumblebee coming. These are all Rise of the Beasts. Bumblebee will be in June of 2023. Prime will be in, I guess, also late June, excuse me. And Primal will be in mid-July. So they're coming out with these rapid fire. So there you go. They also want to do a Mirage and a Scourge in the future. And they're also developing a premium Optimus Primal. So maybe that's this one. I don't know what the difference is between that and the other 3-0 figures, what the premium is, but that should be coming out in September or October. Excuse me, pre-orders will begin then, so that's probably going to come out next year. Do you have any inclination towards these 3-0 figures?
I do not. One, because they're Beast Wars, or not Beast Wars, but they're the Beast figures from Rise of the Beast.
Two of them are Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. Those aren't Beast Wars figures.
But they're gonna probably look like these new robot figures or the new movie.
Well, yeah, they're gonna be from the movie. The new movie.
That's
not Beast Wars though. Do not call Rise of the Beast Wars.
I corrected myself. We took it down. Remember, we're taking it down. Well, so that's
This is not Scorponok.
Yeah. That's definitely not my Scorponok. So they don't transform, so that already made them a no on my list. But I'm just and honestly, if they're coming out next year, I would have been so far removed from this movie that I would be interested on what probably the animated movie that is in the works looks like.
Yes, I don't quite understand why they're coming out so late. But again, that RC from Bumblebee is just now coming out.
And are you getting it?
No, it doesn't transform.
So
paint it as Flame War and maybe. But no, not right now. So keeping with this Optimus Primal trend, here is the Command and Convert animatronic Optimus Primal. So I'm assuming they're trying to do Robosin for kids, because it looks like it transforms by itself and it like walks and stuff, and you could talk to it. So if you guys want it, there you go.
I would have loved something like this as a kid. So
Me too.
you know that would have been, because I mean for me, I remember when I got Omega Supreme, G1 Omega Supreme, and it walked, or the G1 Triptychon and it moved. I wasn't fortunate enough to get the Skylinks, but I just remember how awesome that was, that they actually moved, even though it was by pushing a button. To have one that auto converted or something like that would be amazing.
Yeah, I think this will be really cool for kids. I would just be worried about the price point. If that Beast Mode Bumblebee is over $50, I could see this one easily going for 100 plus.
Yeah, it would be definitely a good Christmas present.
Yeah, if that. So the next thing, again, for kids, we've got the Earth Spark one-step flip changer. And this is Terran Twitch. I think it's a girl. I think her name was just Twitch, but now she's Terran Twitch. Don't know what that means. But again, for a kid, I think this would be just fine.
It is very cute. It's very cute.
And let's keep on with that cuteness overload, because this thing is really stinking adorable. And I kind of want it just because he looks adorable. And I don't know why. It's maybe that bright green eye, but he's so cute. I'm probably not going to be picking it up, but I wish the actual figure looked like this, because I would pick up this. Rhinox, SD Rhinox would totally be right up my alley.
This is very cute, and I'm not a pop collector, even though I have a couple. This would be one that I probably would have picked up if I was. Definitely would have picked up if I was.
Me too. I definitely might. I honestly, if I see it and it's on clearance, like, a lot of these pop figures are going to be in a few months, I probably will pick it up if it's like $7 just to put it on my desk. But only this one. The other ones look pretty iffy. So, in my opinion. All right, let's get into some third-party goodness, and this one is just for you. We've got the Munitioner by Magic Square, and this is the IDW version. The difference? I don't know, but it's brand new. What do you think about this, Bobby?
I don't know that I can't tell the difference either. And maybe I need to see them side by side. I always liked this figure, and Swindle is actually my favorite Combaticon. So
we agree on too much with these combiners. First it's Blades, and now it's Swindle. He's been my favorite since I was a kid.
Yeah, well, clearly for me too. So I think it looks really, really good. And again, I'll put it to you this way. I would become a Legends collector if I had the space to have my MP collection as well as a healthy Legends collector. I would then become a Legends collector, but I don't. And I can't. But I would pick this up if I was.
I've always seen Swindle as a smaller bot, and if this was a little bit larger at like a deluxe scale, just a little bit larger, I'd probably be picking it up, because like I said, he is my favorite Combaticon too. I think he stands alone. He doesn't need to have Bruticus. He has a big enough storyline behind him that you could throw Bruticus aside and just have Swindle doing Swindle things. So I would pick this up if it was just a little bit bigger. But unfortunately, it is not.
Yeah, I'd have to have all of them as well. So that would be the other issue for me.
Well, with me, I learned about Swindle before I learned about Bruticus.
Oh.
So he's an arms dealer through and through.
Yes.
So next we have something for you movie fans. We've got Zeta Toys, the Flash Blitzwing. It's a re-release of something that already came out. It's about 12 inches tall. I think it goes for about $180. And this thing looks really, really nice. I don't need it in my collection at all. Maybe if they, like always, repaint it in black, and you might have my attention. But it looks really, really nice for what it is. And the fact that this transforms is crazy. It literally looks as good as the 3-0 figure. And it transforms. And I've watched some transformation videos, and it's very interesting how it transforms. So if you guys are a movie collector and like this design, I'd definitely be picking this up.
I am surprised as well. It's not for me in the bot mode, but the alt mode looks really good, and I like the colors on it. They're very mute, and I really like that. It looks really well. It looks really well done, but it wouldn't be in my collection.
Yeah.
But
I
it's a gift, but I do like it.
I feel the same way. I have the original Studio Series one, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But I do like this. So it looks a lot better than the Starscream version that they came out with. I'll tell you that much. So let's keep going. And here we have a surprise re-release. I was not expecting this, but Show Z put up pre-orders for Divine Shooter, which is their God Bomber in the black colors, to go with their cross-dimension Genrai. So I don't quite know what's going on with MakeToys, but maybe we'll see some of those unreleased designs coming out.
I agree. It seems like a lot of things that were promised to us are coming out, and it also seems like they're re-releasing a lot of figures that we haven't seen in forever. I have two of the black Fans Hobby version of this, so I won't be picking this up. But if I didn't, I would be probably in on it. It looks pretty good.
Oh, really? For how stylized it was, I think you would be completely out.
It looks pretty good.
Yeah. No, I'm also out on this. I didn't pick it up when it originally came out. I'm not picking it up now. It looks fine, but it was too small, which is something I don't think I'd have to ever say. It's about 9 inches tall, I believe. And Genrai is about the same height. And I'm like, if it's Power Master Prime, he needs to be like big and have that shelf presence. So
that would
I will be skipping this too.
That would be the downfall as well.
Yeah. So let's keep it going with this. So we have an add-on kit for the Studio Series Peanut-Headed Prime, and it's just some gap fillers by Funby Studios. Again, if I was getting this, they'd be necessary. And it actually covers up the back, which we were complaining about when they came out with the initial images, so you can have a more complete alt mode.
I wish I could disagree with you. I mean, we are truly aligned today. This is how the figure should have come, and shame on Hasbro for not doing that. But luckily, we have Funby Studios and other companies that make these add-on kits. But it just, you know, in this case, if I had a 3D printer, cool. But when you're looking at paying for those add-on kits, it just adds so much more to the figure that it almost prices it out for what I would want in the figure.
Yes, I've spent too much money on some Hasbro figures to make them what I want, when I could have just got a third-party option.
Right.
So, moving on, we've got this, which I guess is an undersized KO Trypticon and full tilts in the work. I think this is the Hasbro version that they're just shrinking a little bit. So, there it is. I'm assuming it's for Legends collectors.
Yeah, I'm stunned that they're doing all these, you know, smaller versions of these figures.
Yeah.
And
Legends market is very big right now.
It is. Gosh, I just don't bite me, bug. Don't bite me.
It already nibbled you already, I think. So, if you guys need a Trypticon for your Legends display, here it is. Hopefully it'll come out soon and be good quality. Next, we have another thing from Iacon 3D Labs. We showed off the light arc reactor type of thing.
Recharge.
Optimus Prime. Yeah. So now they're doing a what do they call it? A weapon storage cache. So, Bobby, what episode is this from?
I absolutely have no idea. And, you know, wherever we're going to throw a bunch of our weapons, I like the idea simply because there's sometimes, and it's happening to me right now, where I have just random pieces on my desk and I don't have anywhere to put them, or I haven't put them back in the box yet or anything like that. Like, again, just random pieces. So it would be cool to have a little storage area that could fit random pieces in and be part of a diorama as well.
Yeah, I agree. And it looks like you could buy a whole bunch of these and stack them from how that top looks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's very detailed.
Yes, it actually looks kind of cool to have like somebody hunched over it pushing buttons or something like that. So next we have another 3D printed things, and this is by Collector's Crafts, and they're guns for Hasbro's Fort Max or Grand Maximus, depending on which one you have. They're about 9 inches long, and they're pretty cool.
I like the stand that it comes with as well, which is really cool. And he actually has one for your arc as well.
Oh, really? I didn't see that one.
Yes. So I saw that today. So it's, colors are more suited towards the arc. But they look really good. I like the blue gun more so than the red.
The red's for another figure.
I mean, I know that, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, in terms of just.
I think the blue gun doesn't really match Fortress Maximus.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Because I think the red one supposed to be the Fortress Maximus?
The blue.
The blue one is. Okay, yeah, I don't think the colors match it too well. I think the red one looks better on this particular figure.
The red just looks, it doesn't look real to me. And I know,
yeah,
that's probably why the color looks like a toy. So
no, I completely agree with you there. Just with this figure, there's no black or that dark central color on this figure at all. And if that was on there, I think it would be more cohesive.
Yeah. But I like to pick it up.
Oh, well, look, you're going to pick it up?
Probably not.
Something that I do think you'll be picking up, though, is the Pengu Toys Defensive Fort, Guardian, and Omega Supreme. You are the Omega Supreme collector, so will you be picking these guys up?
I will be picking up the Defensive Fort, the blue guy. I will be picking him up. I just like the way it looks. I don't have one yet in MP scale or for the couple of Legends scale. I don't have that figure, so I will be picking it up. It will be my first time venturing into the Pengu, I think that's how you say it, realm. So I'm going to give it a try.
Do they have anything else out? I've never heard of them.
Yeah, so they actually have they had an Omega Supreme. The one on the right is just some added parts. So they made the shuttle taller. So and it was released, I think, in January or so. And so I skipped out on it because I wasn't really trying to get anything Legends. And then
it depends on the pricing for me and the size. So
yeah. Well, I think this will fit more so since you've been out on the MP size because of their being so big. This might align more to your liking.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it's not only the size but the cost of those things.
Yeah.
Omega Supreme ain't worth it in my opinion. So, that's why I haven't picked them up. So, but let me update you on a few things. And the first thing is pre-orders for the new Studio Series figures have come out, so you could get Saggy Diaper Brawl, Brawn, or you could get Megatron holding his mace in the incorrect fashion. So, go pre-order him if you like. I didn't put down any pre-orders.
The Brawn is actually growing on me, so I did pre-order it.
Well, just make sure you change his diaper when you get him. So something that I wanted to point out is with the Studio Series Prime, that's the Bumblebee Prime that also went up for pre-order, is my suspicions were correct with that the truck mode has a ton of stuff behind it. Like, they didn't even try to hide that stuff. The bot mode looks pretty good, if it does look a little fat in certain areas, but that truck mode is pretty abysmal from the smokestacks back. So
I don't even know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, literally, it's just like, you know what? We have a time crunch. Just flip it up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It looks really bad.
Yeah, I agree. This thing, it looks good in bot mode, and that's probably what people are buying it for. But a Transformer should be both modes, unless you're going to buy a 3.0 product.
Yeah,
Just
sure. Maybe they have it the back part flipped up because there's that kind of jetpack looking thing on the back. Maybe that's like a speed mode or something like that. And if you take that jetpack, that gray jetpack piece off, it will lay down flat. I would hope so. That would be nice.
Okay, there we go. It's a speed mode.
Yeah, maybe. I'm trying here.
We'll give Hasbro the benefit of the doubt.
I'm trying, guys.
Until we see the movie.
Yeah.
So next, let's keep in the Hasbro realm. We got more pictures of Legacy Armada Megatron. And the first thing I noticed was those two missiles are connected in the top, and I would not be able to get over that. They didn't. I mean, I get it. They're not going to fire. Hasbro doesn't do that anymore, even though that's fun. But did they seriously need to put that little bar of plastic in between them?
Maybe
and they're hollow from the tank mode.
Maybe that's why they needed to put them together, because they're hollow and they would break off very easily. And they needed to reinforce it with the bar. Hasbro, I'm trying to work with you again.
I saw that and I was just like, seriously? On a $60 figure? I expect better.
Well, the first thing I noticed was that head there and those antennas, how long they are. And I know that's what it was like on the figure, but I haven't played with mine in so long, I forgot about that aspect of it. And it just looks like his head is humongous, even though I know it's not. But just in this mode, it looks
the angle in that picture.
Yeah, it looks humongous.
Yeah, I always thought that was cool though, to have like a secret hidden attack. But let's look at something not so cool, and that is this picture right here, which shows how far the leader class has fallen. But not only the size, that, I don't know if you have that Combiner Wars Megatron.
I do.
It's slathered in shiny silver paint, literally from head to toe. And we have like barely any paint on this guy. It's got a firing missile. It has a really cool transformation, and it has working treads. It's the only Hasbro figure I could think of that has working treads, right?
Now as you mention it, I can't think of any.
Yeah, so I love that figure. So it's how the mighty have fallen, I guess we can say.
It's just really small.
Yeah.
Like even looking at the fist, like the fist are. You got baby fist.
Exactly. It's very sad, because I remember finding this Megatron in a Toys R Us back in 2013 and being so excited. I found him. It was the one everybody wanted. And it was my MP Megatron for a long time. It could stand up with the MPs. Is it the best? No, but it's the right size and all that. And then now we're getting this, which is a Voyager.
You had me at Toys R Us. I'm sorry, I missed Toys R Us. So
Me too.
Everything else you said, it totally went over my head. But Toys R Us.
So this was just a good picture of why I'm not purchasing this.
Yeah, I mean, I have the Fans Hobby version, which I'm pretty happy with. Waiting for them to drop the Galvatron. Again, I wasn't a big Armada fan, even though I did pick this one up, and so I don't have the nostalgia that you do with it. To me, it was just a filler for my collection.
I completely understand that. Just like how G1 Megatron is a filler in my collection. But I'm still waiting on somebody to do an appropriate masterpiece version of this. Hell, if somebody got this Hasbro version and just oversized it, I'd be happy. Shoulders are still wonky, but I would deal with a KO for $60 that was like 3-4 inches taller. But I'm still waiting for somebody to come out with Armada figures that aren't too stylized. Because that Fans Hobby one, it's the shoulders. Something's wrong with those pylons when I look at it, and I just can't get over it.
Yeah, yeah.
But
maybe there'll be an add-on kit to make this one bigger.
And I'm out. The next thing is very quickly, we've got Transmetal, or excuse me, Transmetal 2 Cheetor. The price came out, he's $79, at least on Show Z. I'm sure the price varies where you go, but I think they're a good median. So not very expensive. Get it if you want it.
Are you picking it up now that you know the price?
No, I'm waiting for the
repaint.
Yeah, of course. Why do I want a Maximal in my collection? Now let's keep going on with Fans Hobby though. They showed off their Jetfire. Yeah, so here he is with Overlord in his vehicle mode. Here he is in his robot mode, which actually looks really nice, surprisingly. Here he is in the robot mode with the two guys, and you can see how he scales with your figure. Now, what do you think about this figure, Bobby?
I initially said I was out. It's growing on me.
Yeah.
It's growing on me.
I feel that too. I think this actually looks really nice. But you know me, I'm going to wait for the repaint because, you know, that's me. But I did see a Digibashed version in the original colors, and this looks really cool. And I'm sorry, Bobby, this is my Jetfire. I didn't know Jetfire was that jet thing, future jet thing, until after I watched this. Or he was a Dragonfly. But let's go with this one. So I'm really inclined to get this, but I don't really like either of these. If I did get it, he wouldn't be in these modes.
No, I thought you would like these modes.
No. All I see is with this is that you ripped Optimus in half, and then where are you going to put his legs? His legs don't turn into nothing. And that's something that annoyed me about the original toy, and it annoys me about this. If the legs could turn into some sort of gun placement or something, that'd be cool, but they don't, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, I never put mine in combined mode, now that I think about it, because I just didn't like the way it looked either. But I didn't like the way Jetfire looked in bot mode either. He looked really fat and dumpy. You know, the chest was just...
Yeah, I think that's why I liked him, because he was a different build. Now, of course, you're thinking Jetfire like Jetfire from G1. This was a completely new character for me, so I'm like, oh, that's cool. He's like a big bruiser type.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I wanted, you know, tall and lengthy, and this guy was kind of...
the opposite.
Exactly. And I didn't like the transformation on it or nothing as for the original version. So that's why I was so against this, but it looks okay.
Yeah,
it's
I agree. I think this looks pretty good. So we'll see what the repaints are. Fans Hobby loves the repaints.
They really do.
I'll be down for a repaint just because.
And maybe a friend of ours might do a repaint.
You're right. You're right. We might see another repaint as well. So let's move on to what's incoming. First thing we already talked about a while back, and that is the Prime Megatron KO oversized thing. It's going to be in soon. Get it if you need it.
I like the sword. That's about it.
Yeah, it's not bad looking. They didn't improve it enough. It doesn't have wrist swivels or ankle tilts, and I think they should have just added those. But it's only like $40, so not bad. Next, we have another KO. This is BW Studio Series 14 Ironhide. I guess it's TW 1026. So I did want to bring to attention, I love all the extra weapons. This thing's only like $20, and it really makes me want to buy it just for those extra guns and swords because they're pretty cool.
He's definitely armored up.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't want to see him in a dark alley. Or a lighted alley, hell, for that matter. You know, I'm not a movie figure collector, but I like the truck mode, I guess. I like how everything stores in the cab. I don't know about on the side there, but
Yeah. I out of all of the movie designs from the first Transformer movie, this was always my least favorite. I don't know why. It just didn't work for me. So I will not be getting this. But, maybe if you want to go half, you get the truck and I'll get the weapons. We could do that.
we might be able to talk about it.
All right, let's see what is coming out and that you could buy soon. So the first few things you can buy in stores as long as they're in stock, and that is the Core Class Wave 3. So we got the Dinobot, Swoop, and Scar. And then we have what Bobby's probably looking for if he didn't already buy it already, and that's the G1 Thundercracker.
I didn't. I went searching for it this weekend and I did not find it. So I'm still looking. So if anybody knows where I can pick one up in Atlanta, let me know.
Well, keep us updated because I want to know if this search comes through for you. Next, we talked about MakeToys already, and we already got these guys coming out, and it's MakeToys Booster and Jetstream, which I do like those names for these characters. But it's Ramjet and Thrust. So I think we talked about them on a previous show before, so get them if you need them.
They are on the way to...
There we go. We got this kind of strange figure. It's the New Age's H43P tire, and it's obviously Cyclonus, but this is the special edition when he's like reformatting. And I think this looks really cool.
I do too.
It's totally not for me. There's no contrast, which I think is very important in Transformers. But it's pretty cool.
I like the I really like that reformatting scene in the movie. That was really, really cool. So
And you like Cyclonus.
I do like Cyclonus.
But
I'm not picking this up. If it was Masterpiece, I'd sweat a little bit. I'd be like, oh gosh.
You'd buy it if it was Masterpiece. Don't even lie.
Dang.
Next, we have another Masterpiece, and this is the Magnificent Mecha Nemesis Prime. It looks cool for what it is. It's not worth the money. It's like $250, $240. It is like 13 inches tall. I get it. The transformation looks abysmal with how complicated it is. But I like it for what it is. I'm just not paying that much for him.
I was literally about to say, that's a good-looking Prime right there.
It looks really nice. It's just too expensive for me.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to go with the 3-0 figures, which are oversized. They're like 12 inches tall already. So it's supposed to be in line with that. So it makes sense. Just not for my collection.
Yeah, that head looks really good.
Yeah.
The face.
And I do like this Prime design. I think the Bumblebee movie really was perfect. Perfect Prime design between the original movies and G1 Prime. They did a really good job mixing that together. And it shows with this third-party figure.
I'm going to have to go back and watch all these movies again because I really don't remember. And that's bad.
He was in it for like 2 seconds. So
yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But yeah.
Not missing much.
I watched them, I think, once, and that was it.
The Bumblebee movie is my favorite. Next, we have the fourth-party Masterpiece Hound. And so this is just a straight copy of the Masterpiece version. So it's available right now. If you guys still need this very smooth-looking Hound, you can go pick it up.
That matte color.
Now, I wonder if this is going to be breaking just like the Takara one. Because I know that one had a lot of breakages.
I didn't have any problems with mine, luckily.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at you. The one figure you don't have QC on.
But my fans' toys did have issues. Ugh.
All right, guys. So that's everything we have for you today. So as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you very soon.
Till all debates are won, leave us comments. We look forward to it.